Sounds to me like you're daunted. Say it again like you're undaunted.
Hello and welcome to the Season 4 premiere episode of the Often Daunted Podcast. I am your host, Burke White. Yes, Season 4. I've been doing this thing for quite some time. There's been ups, and there's been quite a few more lows. But boy, am I excited to get back into it because I just realized, you know what? I will never be truly ready to record this first episode because what do I know about this team? And then you know what I told myself? I told myself, what does anybody know about this team? This is a brand new Indiana Hoosier squad. We cleaned house, and now it's Darian Devries show. I'm getting the rust kicked off. You know, I had to dust this microphone off. It's still a little dusty, Jesus. But I'm back, and you know what? I'm going to give it the old college try, so here we go. Starting the show, I just wanted to say welcome to anybody who's new to the show. I do this out of a labor of love. This is the fourth season of me just ranting about Indiana basketball from the Indiana Hoosier fan perspective. No real degree or certification that would warrant me having this microphone in front of me, but alas, here I am. I do it out a labor of love. The name Often Daunted. In case this is your first episode, the name Often Daunted doesn't refer to this program, even though it can at times. The name Often Daunted refers to me and my given circumstances in any given time, situation, whatever the case may be. I thought it was a clever name, and I ran with it. So here we are in the fourth season, and you know what? I'm proud of what it's become. It's been fun, and I do love just, churning these out and making new friends, meeting new people to discuss Big Ten basketball with. It's been a lot of fun. And if you like the show, please like, subscribe, comment, follow me on X, Instagram, connect with me there. I follow back just so you guys can give me some input. Some of the greatest producers on what I can do here are just people lending me their thoughts, their input, and their suggestions. And I truly appreciate it. Again, I am Burke White, your host, based out of Fort Wayne, Indiana here. And you know what? A lot has happened since that last episode in March. The last episode in March, the ending of season 3. It was a gloomy one with that loss to Oregon. But you know what? After the Pacers run that unified me and my Purdue brother, Pete, if you've been watching for a while, you've seen him on here a few times. That was a really unifying thing for me and him to follow the same basketball team for once. I got to enjoy a summer where large work promotion had taken a lot out of me, but I'm learning to manage it. That was another reason why it's just taken me a while to get back on the mic here. Other than that, what's taken even more out of me is the birth of my fourth baby girl. Yes, that is all girls, so please send your prayers. I got to watch the Tribe since the last time we recorded. The Tribe, or the Guards, if you will, make history, coming back 15.5 games back to win the AL Central Division. Historic, marker. But boy, what a letdown to only lose to the Detroit Tigers immediately after that. Since then, since the last recording, I've also gotten to experience what is the waking pipe dream that is following Curt Cignetti and these Indiana football Hoosiers in the 2025 to 2026 Indiana football season. Also, this summer I committed to health a bit, don't know if you can tell, but I'm probably down 70 pounds since the last time we're recording, not to brag, but just a little, sure. Yeah, I just feel better and I'm ready to record with a little more energy now. Still fat, but feel better. And finally excited to get back to talking about one of the many loves in my life. That is Indiana basketball. I have been hesitant, like I said, to do this because I know nothing about this team right now. There are so many questions out there regarding what this coming season will look like. But I've accepted the fact that no matter the time I put in, I will not know jack about this Indiana Hoosier team until we see them take the floor. Truly take the floor. We can watch them take Kirkwood, but we need to see the tape. On this episode, I will be starting with the segment up top like I usually do. So if you're new to the show, it's segment Indiana news. Then we go to the Big Ten conference news. Then I hit you with the Burke's Big Five. That's just, a random list for the episode. This episode is going to be Burke's Big Five Curt Cignetti quotes, because I'm just so high on the Indiana football Hoosiers right now. Even in the premiere episode of season 4 of the basketball podcast, I need to bring up Curt Cignetti because, God, he deserves to be brought up everywhere. After that, after Burke's Big Five, we will get you out of here with a Hoosier history hit as we usually do. Just a little story on something notable in the history of this great state of ours. And following that, prior to that usually is a preview. And I will have a short preview on Marian for this. I will get the Baylor preview to you before the next episode. Yeah. So without further ado, let's start with the first segment of the 4th season of the Often Daunted podcast. Thank you guys so much for coming back. Thank you so much for joining us if you're new. Let's go. It was so ugly how it ended, but you know what? It had to end. The Mike Woodson era had to come to an end in Bloomington. It wasn't even how bad the losses were. It was just the manner in which we lost them, man. The team looked rudderless at times, and a change had to be made. So the segment for this week is, new team who dis. We have a whole new squad, a whole new collection of faces to learn, to love, to support. So I'm just here to, introduce the team to you, honestly, because I feel like there have been so many shows that have been, showing these guys off as we've been getting them in, telling their stories and whatnot. I just wanted a list of them. Let's just go down, and I just wanted to introduce you to the new Indiana Hoosiers in this week's segment. So right at the top, let's start with the staff. Darian Devries. There we go. Darian Devries. Darian Devries comes to us from West Virginia, and that is after he spent his time as a head coach at Drake. Got a lot of his play style from his time as assistant coach at Creighton. The shoot early, shoot often style. Don't hold out for the perfect opportunities if you have great opportunities presented to you. And I'm ready to see that ball. It is a great shift from what we've seen in the Mike Woodson era. The Mike Woodson era, as great as Trace made it at times, it was a slow and at times when it wasn't working, a brutal watch. But with Darian Devries, with his style, it looks to be a more up-tempo, more fun game of basketball we get to watch for the upcoming seasons. I'm just going to go short over the staff because I just wanted to get into the players more. We all know Darian Devries. Assistant coach Drew Adams, really quick with him, spent the last 2 seasons in Cincinnati under head coach Wes Miller. Assistant coach Rod Clark, he's a young up and comer, spent his last 4 seasons with Rick Barnes at Tennessee. Assistant coach Kenny Johnson spent last season with Ed Cooley at Georgetown. Before that, he spent 2 seasons with Archie Miller. Yes, hey, don't hold it against him. He spent 2 seasons with Archie Miller at Rhode Island. We have assistant coach Nick Norton. And you know what? He must be special. He's one of the few people that Darren brought along with him from West Virginia, where last season he was an assistant and the director of player development. We have the special assistant to the head coach, Mike Bargan. Mike Bargan has spent his last 10 seasons in the same role at Bradley. We have strength and conditioning coach. Yes, a new strength and conditioning coaches for everyone who thought that was the issue. Ryan Horn. This is another one that Darren brought with him from West Virginia. Excited to see what he can get out of these guys. We have athletic trainer Andrew Vereen. Andrew Vereen has spent 5 years as assistant to the athletic trainer at Drake. We have director of player personnel Justin Bailey. Justin Bailey was the associate head coach at Sam Houston State last season. We have director of operations Garrett Sturtz, and he had the same job at West Virginia. Now, starting with the players. As for returning players, we have Jordan Radford and Ian Stevens, two guys that didn't get a lot of playing time on the Mike Woodson squad. I don't know how much they are planning to have them play here, but you know what? I'm glad to see these guys back. That I had no grudges against them. If they want to come back to this squad, I'm all for it. Other than that, new players on the squad. This is the list I need to get into, guys. You have to forgive me, okay? I am trying to just trudge through this episode because I want to know these guys so bad, but I do not know enough about their game. So I'm just going to talk to you about a little bit about their histories. New players, we're going to start with Josiah Miles Jr. Josiah Miles Jr. will be wearing number 0. He is a 6'6". Josiah Miles, he is a junior. Jeez, yeah, starting off hot. Josiah Miles, he is a junior. He will be wearing 0, 6'6", 210 pounds. Played his high school ball at Miami Country Day School in Miami, Florida. As a transfer, he was rated 93 by 24/7 Sports transfer rankings, making him the 24th shooting guard in the transfer portal, the number 112th overall transfer recruit. At UNF, he had started in this last season in 32 different games, averaging 31.6 minutes per game. Quite a lot of workload he saw there. And, I mean, if he's going to make the step to the Big Ten, you want to hope to God he got some experience there. That experience includes 15.4 points per game, as well as 1.9 assists per game. He was able to shoot 33.5% from 3, while shooting 42.5% from the floor. Isaac Trotter had some thoughts on Josiah. Isaac Trotter, that is of 24/7 Sports. I do bring up what he says about, in previews. I like to preview some players with his thoughts on them. Rival coaches love Josiah Miles, and for good reason. The 6'6", 205-pound guard has terrific potential size, and he knocked down 74 three-pointers last season. Miles is at his best in the open floor, but he has also showed some real comfort handling the rock. Miles looks every bit the part of a future 3-level scorer. That's what you like to hear in a transfer you're picking up for his 3rd year of college basketball. After Josiah, we have Drew Snively. He will be wearing number 21, 6'5", 190 pounds, out of Zionsville High School. He is a local boy. He is a freshman. He is a 2-time All-Hoosier Crossroads Conference first-team performer. He averaged 17.8 points per game and 4 boards as a junior before the numbers dipped just a bit in his senior year, where he dropped to 13 points per game. His senior year. He shot 36.8% from the 3-point line, and he ended his time at Zionsville with a total of 929 points for the Eagles. Next up, we have a transfer I'm really excited about. You saw this guy on Davidson. They beat Maryland, didn't they? I believe in one of those early tournaments they took it to Maryland. Reed Bailey. Yeah, I keep reading the freaking class as like their junior or senior. Reed Bailey, he is a senior. He will be wearing number 1, and he is 6'10", 230 pounds. He played his high school ball at Brewster Academy in Groton, Mass. Groton, Massachusetts, being the top-ranked power forward out of Massachusetts his senior year, according to 24/7 Sports, before committing to Davidson and playing for 3 seasons in the A-10 conference. As a transfer, he was rated 94 overall. That makes him a 4-star, whatever those transfer rankings are. according to 24/7 Sports. This made him the number 10 power forward in the transfer portal and the number 63 overall transfer prospect. In his last season at Davidson, he averaged 18.8 points per game. He was productive. He played in a total of 33 games, averaging 33.3 minutes per game. This guy is a workhorse. I'm excited to see what he can do for the Hoosiers. He was able to shoot 41% from deep, while also tacking on 6.1 rebounds per game for his efforts. Really excited about what he brings to us. I hear that his passing ability is off the charts, and I'm excited to see what spacing he aids us in getting. The Hoosiers have lacked spacing for the last era, so really excited to see an open floor with the cream and crimson on it. Next up, we have junior Jason Drake. He will be wearing number 2 this season and standing at 6'1", 200 pounds. He played his high school ball at Ferndale in Detroit. After his freshman season at Cleveland State, he didn't go after his freshman season at Cleveland State didn't go according to plan, I imagine. He was able to prove some skill at the JUCO level, shooting 42% from deep while enrolled at Butler Community College in Kansas. That shooting had Drexel give him a shot to play up, back up at the next level. At Drexel, he was able to shoot 39.6% from deep while averaging 11.1 points per game and playing a total of 26 minutes per game. Not the largest by any means at 6'2", 190, but doesn't appear to mind mixing it up on the interior as the ball handler in pick and roll situations. Next up on the Hoosiers, we're just shotgunning around here, okay? Next up on the Hoosiers is Alexa Ristic. Well, these European dudes, these guys from the East, it's gonna take a while to get their names. Alexa Ristic, freshman, he will be wearing number 13, standing 6'3" at 200 pounds. He is coming into us this season at 20 years old. The last 3 seasons he played in the top Serbian professional league for KK Dynamic, and he shot 38.6% from deep, averaging 13.6 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists during the course of that last season. He had played for the U20 Serbian team as well as the FIBA U18 champion Serbian team. Next up, we have the guy everyone's excited about, Lamar Wilkerson Sr., number 13, 6'6", 205 pounds. Maybe my barometer on if the new lighting or I've always said the lighting in Assembly Hall might be the issue. And I really think that Lamar Wilkerson will be the test of if it is the arena, why these threes don't go in. Because this guy is a bucket from range. He played his high school ball at Ashdown in Ashdown, Arkansas, before committing to Sam Houston and playing a major part in his 3 seasons there. As a transfer, he comes to us with a score of 95, making him a 4-star. He was the number 8 shooting guard according to 24/7 Sports, the number 45 overall transfer prospect according to 24/7 Sports. And in the last 3 seasons at Sam Houston State, he averaged 13.9 points. But just last season, he had a total of 20.5 points per game. That is including 44.5% from deep. This guy is a ringer from range. I am so excited to have this in Assembly Hall. The new floor, I think, is going to help 3-point shooting. I promise you it will. It was always a lighting issue. And I think that, brightening up the whole arena is going to pay dividends for what we can do from deep. I'm going to tell myself what I need to. He averaged 4 rebounds, even though he was focused on the long-range game. And as well as tacking on 2.1 assists a game last season. And this guy is a man of character. he could have left Sam Houston in the dust. I never think about him again. He ain't that type of guy. According to On3 NIL, they were the first to report Indiana guard Lamar Wilkerson made a 6-figure donation to Sam Houston State after transferring to the Hoosiers. And actually, I guess it was Field of 68. But he said, I did it out of love, man. He felt that he owed those guys something for putting him in a position to succeed. A guy like that, kind of like Fernando Mendoza is after every single game interview. Love him too. Really excited to see, Lamar Wilkerson's character on display for the Cream and Crimson. Next up, we have Sam Alexis. He is a senior. He will be wearing number 4 for the Hoosiers, standing at 6'9", 240 pounds. He played his high school ball in Apopka, Florida. Played 2 years at Chattanooga before heading to Florida for his junior season. Yes, the national champion Florida Gators. At Chattanooga, he was an all Southern Conference third team member, as well as a Southern Conference all defensive team member. Start with saying this guy's a champion. You can't take away his role player position on the 2025 NCAA champion Florida Gators. You just can't. Some can say, why didn't he play more? They were champions. They had really good talent on that team. They were national champions. Over the course of his career, he's averaged 7.1 points per game. He isn't a three-point shooter, but we don't need him to be. We just need him to play those little roles that he has well, that got him that spot on Florida's roster. And he can make a contribution to this squad. Next up, we have Connor Enright. Connor Enright will be wearing number 5. He is a red shirt senior, standing at 6 foot, 170 pounds. He played his high school ball at Mundelein High School. He was a Chicago Sun-Times All-Area team member for the 2020 to 2021 season. He was a North Suburban Conference Player of the Year in 2020, with All-State honors in Illinois for his senior 2019 to 2020 season after averaging 14.5 points and 6.0 rebounds per game. He scored more than 1,000 points for his school back in high school. Definitely one of Darren's guys here. With Darian Devries for most of his career throughout college, he spent 3 years with Drake, winning the Missouri Valley Conference twice with Coach, both of those seasons before moving on to play for Chris Holtman's DePaul last season. While at Drake, he made the Missouri Valley All-Freshman team his redshirt freshman season. Not just a role player for his career, as he started 56 straight between the last 2 seasons at Drake and DePaul. 37.1% from 3 on his career in his 91 game appearances. He over his career, he shot 37.1%, averaged 6 points a game. But I believe we will see that go up. I believe that we could see his production go up because I think he is going to be a guy that Coach leans on when trying to establish a new culture. This is a guy that knows the way Coach Darian Devries wants to see the game played, and I think he's going to do his best to show it to the rest of the squad. Really happy that we got this kid, and really looking forward to his season. Next up, we have Nick Dorn. He will be wearing number 7 this year. He is a junior standing at 6 foot 7 inches and weighs 225 pounds. He played his high school ball at Julius L. Chambers High School in Charlotte, North Carolina. He led his high school team to a conference title while earning all conference and all district honors. He made the CAA all freshman team his freshman season with Elon University. And last season, he was also at Elon, where he started all 25 of Elon's games. He is one of 6 players in D1 to average at least 15 points, make at least 73s, and make at least 90 free throws while playing less than 1,000 minutes. Yes, that is quite a, cherry picking whatever you need to. But hey, one of 6. They didn't ask a lot out of him, playing less than 1,000 minutes. But, I mean, I guess they did. He still averaged 30 minutes a game last season. So we do have some guys who have munched major minutes in college basketball. And just another guy who I cannot wait to see, because that size, being able to shoot at 35.6%, with one of the larger builds from our squad on the wing position, I think. Really excited to see what he offers. Next up, we have one of the names, guys. Andre. Sorry, Andre. I need to be more excited about that. We have Andre Asimovich. Yeah, there we go. Andre Asimovich. He will be wearing number 15, standing at 6'10", 240 pounds. He is a freshman. This was the last piece that was added onto the roster. This was the guy we only just saw at Indiana's first basketball practice. Last year, he wasn't in Puerto Rico or anything like that. Last year, he played in the ABA League, one of the top leagues in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Montenegro, North Macedonia, and the Serbia region. There, he averaged 17.5 points and 7.5 rebounds at the U19 level. He shot 65.3% from the floor. That's pretty damn good. And about 40% from deep. Again, just a guy we don't know much about yet, but I'm very excited to learn a lot more. They say his conditioning's a little spotty, but they say the skill's there. He's a skilled player in that size, 6'10", 240. Yeah, I think he can figure it out. Next up, we have Josh Harris. Josh Harris will be wearing number 10 this year. He is a junior standing at 6'8". Sophomore standing at 6'8", and he weighs 225 pounds. He played his high school ball at Pembroke Pines Charter School in Pembroke Pines, Florida, where he averaged 19.7 points and 9 boards. He was rated the 37th best prospect in Florida coming out of high school. And according to his transfer rankings, he was a 92 overall, making him the 28th best power forward in the transfer portal. Now coming to the Hoosiers with 3 seasons of eligibility left. After his 1 season with North Florida, this is a guy that we can see what kind of development Darian Devries is able to get out of his guys. He started all 30 games as a freshman for North Florida. He was an All-Atlantic Sun freshman team member. 13.4 points per game, 7.1 rebounds per game. Was able to finish the season as the only D1 freshman with at least 400 points, 200 boards, while shooting 55% or better from the floor. Next up, we have the freshman everyone's excited for. You know, this guy, he stuck to his commitment. He was committed to the university, not the coach. And you know what? I'm very grateful that he stuck to that commitment. Trent Sisley, wearing number 11, standing 6'8" tall, freshman, weighing 225 pounds. Out of high school, he was ranked. He had a score of 92, making him a 4-star. The number 13 power forward coming out of high school. Now, you know what? The composites had him a lot higher on the scoreboard, but we won't go too far into that. Sisley spent the first 3 years of high school at Heritage Hills in Lincoln City, Indiana. And as a junior, he averaged 24.2 points, 11.4 rebounds, 4.3 assists, 2.2 blocks, and 1.8 steals, and very well could have been a leading contender for Mr. Indiana his senior year. But he had decided it was time to play better competition, move up, step up his game, develop his skills at Montverde. At Montverde, he averaged 18.7 minutes, 10.7 points per game, 5.7 rebounds per game, and 1.7 assists per game. This is the guy we're excited for. I'm so pumped to watch a kid from Indiana come to Indiana and with the right coach grow into one of our greats. I think that I don't think he's going to be he isn't the type to be one and done. He isn't. So we will get to see what Indiana can do with one of their own again. Really excited with this one. Next, we have Trice Grensing, number 18, 6 foot, 175-pound freshman from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Murfreesboro, that's a funny town name. Played high school ball at Providence Christian Academy, where he dropped 17 points in the state final to help Providence Christian win a state title. He shot 47% from deep his senior year, and his pops used to coach alongside Darren at Creighton. Next up, this is it. This is it, and there's a reason I saved him for last. I'm truly excited to watch who is a true coach's son. I think that he is going to be essential into the culture clicking right away. Seems like he gets along well with the guys. I mean, I only know from the most tertiary experience, like watching them through socials and all that. But Tucker DeVries, wearing number 12, 6'7", 225 pounds, red shirt senior. I don't know what it is, but I feel like he might be a coach's son type of guy. 2020 to 21, Iowa Mr. Basketball and Gatorade Iowa Boys Basketball Player of the Year following his senior year at Waukee High School, where he holds the school's record for scoring in a single season, which he set his junior year. He committed to Drake as their highest ranked recruit in program history, 98 overall. And his freshman season at Drake, he was Missouri Valley Conference Freshman of the Year, all Missouri Valley second team, Missouri Valley all newcomer team, played in all 36 games while starting in at least 29 for the Bulldogs, while averaging 13.9 points per game in his first season of college basketball. In his sophomore season, he followed that up by being the Larry Bird Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year. He was an all Missouri Valley first team member, all Missouri Valley all tournament team member, Missouri Valley tournament, Doug Elgin most outstanding player award. He just swept. He swept the Missouri Valley Conference. He started all 34 games for the Bulldogs, averaged 18.6 points per game, 5.7 rebounds, 1.8 assists, and 1.1 steals. He was able to shoot 44.6% while taking 475 shots from the floor. And he shot 37.3% from deep while taking 236 of those shots from three. This is a guy who doesn't settle for long twos. Look at that volume. 236 of his 475 shots were three-pointers. His junior season, of course, he followed up his Player of the Year campaign with another Larry Bird Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year campaign. He was all Missouri Valley first team, Missouri Valley all tournament team, and the Doug Elgin Most Outstanding Player Award again. He averaged 21.6 points, 6.7 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and 1.6 steals per game. He averaged 21.6 points per game. Shot 44.4% from deep, an increase. Up 7% from the year before. That was on 240. Nope. I'm lying. 44.4% from the floor. That was on 552 shots taken. He shot 36.3% from deep on 240 shots taken. And he was 81.3% from the free throw line. He started in all 34 games played because, of course, he was the best player in the conference. Scored a total of 734 points there. This is the third most points in the season in program history. One of the 9 players in Bulldog history to average at least 20 points. This is the 10th most points in NCAA Division I basketball for that season. Last season, he only played 8 games for West Virginia due to a season-ending shoulder injury. In that time, he averaged 14.9 points, 4.9 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 1.8 steals per game, while also shooting 47.3% from deep. And again, while all those stats are impressive, I am going to be more impressed if he's able to come in and help these guys understand what kind of culture Darian Devries wants right out of the gate. If he can help this Indiana team find an identity, I'm all for it. Really excited for Tucker DeVries to be an Indiana Hoosier and really just icing that shoulder for him. Everybody. All right. So if you are listening to the podcast, you wouldn't recognize this, but if you are watching it on the YouTube channel, you will notice that I did have a quick costume change. Later on in the show, you'll hear the moment where I realized I did not mention Taton Connerway. Taton Connerway, how could I forget him? He seems to be a big piece of what Darian Devries has got going on, what we look to do with the entire squad this year. So I needed to make sure to go back and record and include him in the new Team Who Dis segment. Taton Connerway, he will be wearing number 6 this season. Number 6 at 6'3", 3 inches, 190 pounds. His last 2 seasons were at Troy after working his way up from the JUCO level. His freshman season was spent at JUCO Grayson College. In 17 games off of the bench at Grayson College, he averaged 7.7 points and 2.9 rebounds a game. While there, he caught the eye of their competition, JUCO team, Ranger College, where he would spend the next 2 years of his basketball career. While at Ranger College, he made the National Junior College All-American team as a first-team member and was named the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches Men's JUCO Player of the Year in JUCO. I said he was American first team. He played all 35 games, made 4 starts, and was able to average 15.7 points, as well as 6.2 rebounds. Impressive work. While at Ranger College, he went 34.4% from deep while going 48.4% from the floor. Then he got his shot to play some Division I basketball at Troy in the last 2 seasons of his college basketball career. This guy is a journeyman. He worked his way up from JUCO, and it paid off with his 2-year stint at Troy. His first season at Troy was the 2023 to 2024 season, and he came off the bench and was the Sun Belt 6th Man of the Year. In that time, he averaged 11.8 points per game off the bench, 2.8 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 2.1 steals. And that was all in only 20 minutes per game. He was, at that time, the only player in all of Division I college basketball to average 10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals per game in 20 minutes or less. His senior season, it's a kind of a super season, JUCO eligibility and all that. His senior season, just last year at Troy, he was the Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year. Like, I can't believe I forgot this guy. He is more than worthy of mentioning, and I apologize. I apologize. There's no reason I should forget Taton Connerway. He was on the All Sun Belt Conference first team. Of course, he was. He was the Conference Player of the Year. He was the Sun Belt Conference's tournament's most outstanding player. He was Sun Belt Conference All-Tournament team, and he does hold the Troy record at 98 steals in that program. During his time in that last season, he had started every single game for the Trojan squad. That was honestly able to make it to the NCAA tournament. So, he has that going for him, leading that squad that year. And in that time, in his last season, he averaged 14.2 points, 4.6 rebounds, 4.8 assists, and 2.9 steals. That was all while playing 30.3 minutes per game. A big leap from the year before, but just good to see that the averages also grew in tow with the minutes. He looks to be just a huge contributor to the Hoosiers this season, and I cannot apologize enough that I had forgotten him. All right, back to the original recording. And, oh, God, I'm out of breath. Whew, that was the squad. And what do I want to see from this crew we've assembled? I want to see culture. I want to see culture. I want to see work ethic. I want to see work ethic, No days off. I want to see a new high-paced style in Indiana. I don't want to see just backing down in the paint again and again, hoping that that'll keep us in, not keep us in games, but get us back into games. I'm excited for a Creighton-like style. Something different for us to see, something exciting. Not that Trace Jackson Davis isn't exciting, because Trace Jackson Davis might be one of the most exciting players on the planet. Like he was exciting his freshman or his rookie season in the NBA. He was making exciting plays compared to NBA players. That dude is going to make any team he's on an exciting team to watch. So the Trace Jackson Davis days, I still love them. Those highlights are amazing. Everything about his time here, appreciate it. But the style of play was something that I grew tired with by the end of the Woodson era, and I'm excited to move on to something vastly different, something that the administration went out and sought after. So they wanted something vastly different from what they've seen, and I appreciate them for it. And lastly, from this team, I want to see a tournament appearance. We don't need to be around as 16. We don't need to go that far in it. I just want to be invited. Okay? We weren't invited last season. What a failure of a season that is. For as much as we had riding on that year, as much as we put into it, like resource-wise, I wouldn't feel like some people could have put more into it, but who am I to judge? I just want to see a tournament appearance. And I want to see these guys have fun. I want to see a team that's fun to watch. And I feel like we got one here. For better or worse, if they're not going to be the most competitive, if they're not going to be like the upper echelon of the Big Ten, I think we will still have a fun team to watch. And I'm excited for it. And what's to say, when you're shooting three-pointers, when that is your identity, you can win any game you're in. If it's the right night, you are beating anyone. That's an exciting prospect for me. Yeah. Oh. First segment of the season down. Let's get on to the Indiana news. All right, now it's on to the Indiana news. If you're new to the show, this is where I just bring up headlines since the last time I recorded. So it's been a while. It's been since the end of last season. But just some headlines that have caught my eye since our last recording and bring them up. So I just wanted to start with the TBT showing since our last recording. Yes, it was in the middle of summer, but man, Assembly Ball, what happened there? Going down 89-76 to the Fail Harder squad. This Fail Harder squad was built of a team of dudes that probably felt bad they weren't invited to Indiana out of high school. Like, this was one of their players, University of Indianapolis, another University of Indianapolis, another University of Indianapolis, Southern Indiana University, Marian University. Yeah, these guys had a chip on their shoulder, and they really took it out on the Assembly Ball team, beating them in the first round of the tournament. Assembly Ball as a two seed lost to the 7th seed Fail Harder team. Just a poor showing. You wish we got to see some more ball out of our alumni squad, but hey, there's always this next year. Got to bring up just where did they go? I talked about how we had a clean house earlier in the show. It was a necessity. It was much needed. Where did they go? So since those players left, we have Gabe Cupps going to Ohio State. He's already starting like a fervor there with the TikTok culture. They're responding to it. I never hated it. Like, kids be kids, but yeah, he He took it with him there, and they're having their own reactions to it. And it is every bit as divisive as it was for our fan base. Miles Rice, keeping his talents in the conference. Probably going to try to make it personal. Heading to Maryland. Bryson Tucker also keeping it in conference. Less personal because I don't take I don't take Washington as personal as Maryland. But Bryson Tucker to Washington. Malik Renew heading to Miami, Florida, the U. Good for him heading home. I have no resentment for these guys. The cards they were dealt here, the hand they were dealt. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about any of them. I wish they could have done more while they were here, but best of luck to you moving forward. I mean, everyone that isn't in our conference. So honestly, yeah, Gabe Cupps, Miles Rice, and Bryson Tucker. There will be games where I wish poor outcomes for you all, but whatever. Malik Renew, do your thing in Miami. I thought he was a stand-up guy. He is. Here's hoping he finds success there. Mackenzie Mbako taking his talents to Texas A&M. Mackenzie Mbako, man, he's a freak waiting to be unlocked. I don't know what it's going to take for somebody to unlock him, but maybe they can at Texas A&M. Ja'Kai Newton, if you've been following this show last season, the year before, I was the president of the Ja'Kai Newton fan club, and I still am. I think that he can be a good player. He's heading to Georgia State, taking a step down in the competition, but I think he was such a stud in high school. His highlights were ridiculous. I'm such a fiend for highlights. I'm such a sucker for what gets put on YouTube compared to just watching the game. But Ja'Kai Newton heading to Georgia State. I wish the best for him. I hope that he can recover from the injuries that he had that set him back, that may have held his time here, held his potential down here. And lastly, Kanon Carlisle, another player we had a lot of hopes for last season. He is heading to the FAU Owls. That is pretty much all the guys who had time left to spend in college. That's where they're all heading. Now heading to Mackenzie Holmes. Let's discuss Mackenzie Holmes. Back with the Seattle Storm. Season's over. Yeah, it's been a while since I recorded, but just happy to see that she got another shot with them and is currently on that roster. Here's hoping she makes the most of that opportunity. Just a big Mackenzie Holmes fan. Go Mackenzie. New court lighter finish. Bringing up the new floor. My thoughts on it. I love it. I told you we needed something different. It's so dumb. Admittedly, so dumb. But I thought that something about the dark nature of the arena could have affected the shooting. I don't know why it would. I don't know. I mean, that's the floor you practice on. You should be able to make shots there. But I think just a shift in it just shows a turning of the chapter, a turning of the page, moving on to the next chapter. And I'm really excited to head in and see a game in Assembly Hall with this new floor. They are keeping the Indiana State on the state outline on the center court. So, you love to see it. It's embracing the tradition and also showing that, it's time we adjust. We make some changes and we look into the future a bit. Another story to bring up, just happened probably a week ago. Not a great look. Ex-IU captain and color commentator Ted Leary was arrested charged with fraud and theft in Hamilton County. Per Wish TV, the 54-year-old Bloomington resident has been accused of failing to deliver promised basketball training services and refunds totaling $48,900 following a Carmel Police Department investigation. The charges stem from a series of transactions between Leary and a father seeking basketball training for his son. in the creation of an AAU team. Insane. I mean, it's a crazy story because $48,000 from one family. Like, as allegedly stupid as it can be to try to steal that from somebody, it's also allegedly stupid for him to even present the opportunity to steal that much money based on just no evidence of the actual training coming to fruition and the deliverings of goods and their services. Being on the line for $48,900. Man, they really do live different in the Carmel area. Next up, commitments. The commitments as of late, it's a light board right now. But can you really blame the recruits right now? I mean, we don't want the guys who go after the bag. We've been doing that. And look what it's gotten us. We want the right guys. And we have to give Darian Devries the time to show us what kind of guys he goes after. So far in the class of 2026, who we've got committed, we've got 6'4" combo guard, Prince Alexander Moody out of Maryland, who committed at the end of June. That he has a current player rating of 90 on 24/7 Sports. That makes him the fifth highest rated combo guard out of Maryland, or fifth highest rated player out of Maryland, the number 15 combo guard in the country. And the only other player committed so far, just committed at the end of September. Class of 2027 4-star 6'4" guard Chase Branham recently committed to the Hoosiers for the class of 2027. Number 2 out of Missouri. Yeah, MO is Missouri. Number 8 point guard in the nation with a score of 93 according to 24/7 Sports. According to the composite, he is a .9839, so a little bit higher. But everyone freaking out on missing some guy right now. We haven't seen what our transfers are going to yield. We don't know the type of team, the type of talent and character that Darian Devries wants to go after. So let's give him time to show us, and then we can throw stones then. Okay, everyone take a breather. Let's just relax this season and see what progress we can make. Okay? We didn't make the tournament last season. In a pretty hyped season. We thought we had a lot of talent. We did have a lot of talent. But what did we do with that talent? Here's hoping that, with what Darren goes out and gets, he can do a bit more. Just a bit more, and I'm happy. Hoosier Hoops on Kirkwood. That event, replacing Hoosier Hysteria. I always loved Hoosier Hysteria because it was just a nice opportunity for me to get the girls in Assembly Hall. Not having to pay as much, but that's just the cheapskate parent in me. Hoosier Hoops on Kirkwood looked like an awesome time to sell to any potential recruits out there. Not so much for me personally, because I kind of hate the idea of being suffocated in a massive crowd of people, but I'm getting older. If I'm in my age back on the Bloomington campus, going to school, it looked like a truly great time. A truly unique event that looked like an awesome, awesome, awesome time. Really cool what they're doing with that. If you are in the area for October 30th in Bloomington, there will be Assembly Hall's Haunted Hall of Hoops. Both men and women's teams will be handing out candy and taking photos and signing autographs. The doors open at 5:30. A free opportunity to get in the hall. I love going to free opportunities to just roam the hall. Get your family out there. Go meet the new team. We saw Indiana's schedule come out. I mean, yeah, of course we did. We play an exhibition here in 2 days. Really, it's a tough one for the Hoosiers. It's tough, but then we get to take it a bit easy heading into the Big Ten tournament with those last 3 home games at home. Geez, hat on a hat there. I guess Ohio State is the last game of the season away, But Northwestern, Michigan State, Minnesota, 3 straight home games between February 24th and March 13th. Get an opportunity to recoup a bit before you have to go out there, take down Ohio State, and then hit the Big Ten tournament with some momentum. I really like that series of games we get. The series of games I don't like so much is the January 27th to the February 3rd panel. I mean, it's Purdue at home. So I do like that rivalry game. We get to play it at home. But that the energy that will be in that game, immediately followed by our UCLA, USC road trips, those 2 games could be tough to follow that one with. It's going to be interesting to see how this team fares with the travel, as last year's team definitely let us down when they were logging some miles. As somebody who went to the Atlanta game, was that 2 years ago? Jeez, man, time's flying. No. Yeah, whatever. The Auburn game. I was there. Yeah, Indiana traveling with just the regime we had. It was tough. It was tough sledding. Here's hoping that our guys can handle it a bit better now with Darian Devries at the helm. Shout out to men's soccer, having a pretty great season. Just wanted to mention them here. And lastly, Darian Devries. He had a spot on CBS, Eyes on College Basketball, just recently come out this last week. You guys should go give it a listen. It's a short one. It won't take a lot of your time. Just go give it a listen. And I don't know if I mentioned men's football team, but God, do they deserve a mention. Number 3 in the nation. This is just such a surreal time for anybody who's been an Indiana fan for more than 4 years. Anybody who's been tapped into IU athletics for more than 4 years, this is a surreal banana land we are living in. What Curt Cignetti has done to the Indiana football Hoosiers is nothing short of a miracle of the highest order. It's the single most impressive thing I've seen in, I was going to say college football. It might be the most impressive thing in sport. This is up there with Leicester City winning the EPL. Like, it just is. Him being able to make this team just such a smash mouth, that the way that they won in the trenches against Oregon, who just has 5-star recruits out the wazoo. Insane, the program he's building. And Penn State better just give up, because this guy, this is his home, okay? This is his home. And for Burke's Big 5, I'm going to be breaking down my favorite Curt Cignetti quotes, like I said, just because I wanted to go through them and shine a light on a man just bringing me so much joy at this time in my life. On to the conference, the national news, all that kind of stuff. So we'll get into some rankings there. Starting up top with the news of Bruce Pearl retiring. Everybody who wanted to go out and get Bruce Pearl, be grateful we didn't, because it seems like right when a good thing was going, it would have ended. He had a really good thing going in Auburn, and he called it quits, hands it off to his son, and now I have a feeling they're going to be a little worse for the wear in the time to come. But who knows? Maybe he just keeps it rolling. Who knows? Anything can happen. Top 25, Ken Palm and Torvik. Let's get into it. The AP Top 25 saw the Fiends up top. Purdue number 1. My brother, Pete. Yeah, his name is Pete. Went to Purdue. Pete had the audacity to text me once those rankings came out that this is Painter's best shot at a national title. And I said, I think I've heard that before. And also, it might have been when you had a freak of nature unicorn on your team in Zach Edey. But, I mean, who's to say? We'll see where they end. Yeah, I'm just such a hater. I'm sorry. Indiana getting one vote, one solitary vote, the last name listed amongst the others receiving votes category. Also on the AP Top 25 amongst the Big Ten, we have Michigan at number 7. We have Illinois at 17, Michigan State at 22, and Wisconsin at 24. According to Ken Pom, whose ratings just came out not too long ago, Indiana is currently sitting at number 40 with the 35 best adjusted offense and the 46th, I believe, best adjusted defense. 40 overall right now. Honestly, not a bad place to start. I mean, he's just evaluating all the talent that we have. We don't know how this team's going to work together. I mean, at least I don't. I haven't seen this team play. It's a whole new squad, a whole new, melting pot to figure out, I mean, if it works or not. So I was optimistic after seeing where Indiana placed there. Bart Torvik also, not hating on the Hoosiers as much as I thought he would. He usually is such a hater. But he currently has Indiana at number 41 overall with the 35th best offense and the 48th best defense. He has us finishing 18-13 this season. And speaking of Torvik, just looking into his T page a bit, going over Indiana, who he thinks are going to be our biggest producers. Based on his numbers, he sees Tucker DeVries being our leading scorer with 16.7 points per game. Reed Bailey following him closely behind at 14.2. Next would be Tanner Conaway, or Tatum Conaway. Oh. Did I even bring him up? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't even think I put him on the segment. Tatum Conaway, 9.6 points per game. He's seen 3.8 rebounds from him. Basically just a bunch of projection. But optimistic that they aren't entirely hating on what is such an unknown in Bloomington right now. Yeah. Let's talk about tournament expansion. Also announced was the ideas of a proposed expansion, which you have to think is all but inevitable. Looks like the field size of the tournament would grow from 68 teams to 76 teams, adding 8 new teams to the field. Opening round would be a new format, which would include 12 opening round games played on the Tuesday and Wednesday before the main 64-team bracket begins. The location of these opening rounds, it wouldn't be like it's just all at Dayton. It would be 2 different sites, expanding from the first 4 concept at Dayton. Team selection, the 12 opening round games would likely involve a mix of 12 automatic qualifying teams and 12 at-large teams. Similar to the current first 4 selection, it would just be an expanded first 4 style. The expansion is being discussed for the 2026 to 2027 season. So, I mean, it's not coming this season, but they are looking to get this thing started. So expect that next season. I fully, it's going through if it hasn't already. All right, on to the preview of Marian. Those of you new to the show, this is usually the part where I would have like graphics over here with all the players to watch for, their record, their projected record, what to expect out of a Marian squad in numbers and names and whatever, the history of our matchups. This is my preview of Marian. Let's just go out there, beat them. Let's beat them soundly. Let's experiment a bit. Let's see what kind of looks we get with different combos, different rotations out there. And let's learn something about this team. I am excited to watch this game on Big Ten Plus, BTN Plus. And just beat the hell out of them. That's my preview. Beat the hell out of them, Hoosiers. All right. I will have another episode to you before the Baylor Indy Showdown at Cambridge. So I will have more to say on that preview. I promise you. If you do want to tune in for that, again, subscribe. You'll know when I post a new video. Follow me on X. You'll know when I post a new video. And also, you'll be able to let me know what you think, what you think I should cover. If there's a topic I missed, let's talk about it. I'll throw it in. Again, my favorite producers are just anybody who is able to interact with me there. On to Burke's Big Five. Starting Burke's Big Five with an honorable mention. Again, I said these are Curt Cignetti quotes that just made me so very happy. That made me just fall in love with the current head coach at Indiana University. The honorable mention for this is, so we figured we would just adopt SEC scheduling philosophy. Some people don't like it. I'm more focused in on those 9 conference games. This was on picking up an extra home game as opposed to playing home and away against Virginia. And I just wanted to put this as an honorable mention because of the tailspin it put the SEC in. It was hilarious. And somebody holds up a mirror and they have a meltdown. Bunch of Medusas. All right, number 5 on Burke's Big Five. We're just going to an old stadium to kick somebody's ass. And that was on going to the Rose Bowl to play UCLA. Thanks again to my boy, Donald. Donald for the shirt. I didn't go to the game, but he picked me up a shirt. Yeah, that's just his attitude. Don't matter where it's played. Let's just go to an old stadium and kick somebody's ass. Number 4, I've never taken a backseat to anybody, and I don't plan on starting now. Purdue sucks, but so does Michigan and Ohio State. Go IU. This was his introduction at Assembly Hall. You all know it. You all love it. Number 3, and the fact of the matter is, we're the emerging superpower in college football. Why would I leave? You know, that is a statement relevant to the moment now that Penn State is stalking. And I appreciate I appreciate the fact that he said it. And on the back of that one, number 2, this is home right here, baby. This is where it ends for me. Hey, and we're just getting started. We're just getting started here, okay? I mean, what? In a time when everybody's telling you Penn State is going to get him, our guys are going to make such an offer. We're going to counter anything that they offer. And also, I keep telling people, I genuinely feel this isn't just the ignorant optimist in me, which I admittedly am an ignorantly optimistic individual. I genuinely feel Curt Cignetti is the type of guy who wants to be the shadow as opposed to live in the shadow. Wherever he goes, like those bigger programs, there is a coach there who casts such a shadow that he will be compared to, he will whatever. He wants to be the coach that casts that shadow for the generations of coaches to come. He's building something here in Bloomington, and boy, am I glad that we have sound bites like this to just comfort us, even just in the slightest. This is home right here, baby. This is where it ends for me. Hey, and we're just getting started. We're just getting started here, okay? And lastly, the immortal quote. It's pretty simple. I win. Google me. National Signing Day 2024. I love everything he's doing in Bloomington. I love this football team. My weekends are so much better for it. It just keeps me going. It is a new life battery that Curt Cignetti has given me. Let's get you on out of here with the Hoosier history hit, and then, yeah, that'll be it. For your Hoosier history hit, I wanted to talk about Joshua Owen Howe and what Joshua Owen Howe was able to bring to Bloomington. Joshua Owen Howe came to the village of Bloomington in the year 1819. His family came from Ellicott's Mills in Maryland, where they were manufacturers prior to the American Revolution. In his day, he ran a jewelry shop on the square, maintained the old courthouse clock, built and ran a steamboat on Bloomington's first waterworks lake, Griffey Lake, and was renowned as an engineer on Bloomington's steam fire engines. When Howe heard of Haynes and Ford building their first automobiles, Howe decided to build one of his own. Without any model to go by, without automobile parts to even refer to, he looked to build an automobile in the back of his jewelry shop, and he did just that. With the engine being forged in the Seward Foundry, a foundry in town that was operated up until shortly prior to World War II, with a ton of work and with a ton of ingenuity, after several months, Howe constructed a working automobile. This was the first automobile to hit the streets of Bloomington. It was so loud that horses would go nuts, and he felt the need to stop, shut it down, allow horses to pass just so as to not cause a riot, cause a scene, cause horses storming into front doors of houses. He just couldn't ride it around horses. He would just let the horses pass whenever they were in the way of his route. In an odd mood, after noting that there were far too many incidents during the day in which he would ride it out around the street, around the town, around the village at that time. He felt he could only take it out at night after all the horses were put back in the stables. After 3 years of use around Bloomington, Howe replaced his horseless carriage with a Winton, one of the first mass-manufactured automobiles in America. Lewis Howe, Joshua Owen's son, kept the car as a relic in the jewelry shop on South College Avenue, and it is now being held in the Mathers Museum collection on campus. And yeah, that was your Hoosier History Hit. Whew. All right, guys, that was it. I'm back in the saddle. It feels good, but yeah, I'm still getting some rust off. I'm figuring it out. We are going to great season. It's going to be a fun watch. It's going to be a lot to learn in this next week. So yeah, tune in here. Let's hear what I learned in this Marian bout. I mean, I don't know how much there is to learn when you're playing Marian University, but it's going to be good to actually watch these guys compete, like in person, like actually sit down, watch them compete. We weren't able to watch them in Puerto Rico. I am so pumped to see the new Indiana Hoosiers. Please, if you enjoyed the show, like, comment, subscribe, X, Instagram, reach out to me. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I could improve. Please, please, please. You guys are my best producers. I will be back previewing the exhibition game against Baylor at Gamebridge right before that. And yeah, Lux et Veritas. Take it easy.